Okay, we got the chat pop outs out and about. Welcome to the least, most, most least popular YouTuber on the internet. Streamer, whatever you want to call it. But hey, I do have a YouTube channel, I have a Twitch channel, I have Kick channels, I have Rumble channels. You got channels of channels. And they all have one thing in common. They all want to hear what you have to say. So if you need to say something, just say it. In the meantime, I am just clicking away on the computer. I do have a few ideas of builds that I want to do. Just have to remember what it is that I want to build. Let's take, whoa, not this guy. No, not this guy. We want this guy. We want to take out this guy. Okay, let's see what we can do with him. He's one of my favorites. He might not be one of your favorites. But we will see what we can do here. I need to find an ER PPCs. Now we do it like this. Now I need to find some micro pulse lasers. And if you're wondering what it is that I am doing, check out my other YouTubes and you will see that I play MechWarrior 5. They are working on MechWarrior 6. And for the moment, the next thing we are looking forward to is a DLC for MechWarrior 5. Should be out in a week or two. I need to change these out for light machine guns. Do I have any of those? Oh, that would probably be in ballistics. Need to go into look into ballistics. Like Machine Gun Clan. So why am I so underweight? Let's look at what I am missing. Definitely missing something at 1.5 tons. Do I have, okay. Now I was gonna say something here was a 2 slot that went up to a 1 slot. But that's not even the case. I got ammo for that. Got ammo for those. So what is it that I am missing exactly? What is it that I am missing here? Not cooling lines. I could definitely put another heat sink. Hey, hellos. How are you today, Biffer the Hobbit? Hope you're having a great day. As for me, it's pretty rainy and slow, and yep, it's pretty much the same story here, rain. Although last night I had a few questions because I let my cats out in the front and they wanted to come back in, and the next thing as I'm looking in the kitchen, I see 3 cats, and I only have 2 cats. And there was a third cat eating at the cat food dishes, and I'm like, okay, who are you? I take a closer look, and she looks a lot like a stray cat that arrived here when I first, like a year and a half ago. Kind of looked like the same cat that was hanging around my house. And it really looked like her. And both cats were looking at that cat very confused. So anyway, she ate and I put her back out, but she was really happy to see me and pet me and all that. But I wasn't sure if it was the same cat. The thing is that a year and a half ago, my front neighbor asked me if they could take the cat. What? It's a stray cat, so I don't know if the cat belongs to anybody. But she was hanging around my house for 3 weeks, so I'm guessing no, she don't belong to nobody. So he took her and gave the cat to his father, who has a farm, to keep all the mice and rats and whatnot away. And today I see her, that cat that came around last night, is hanging in front of the door of my front neighbor. So I don't know what's the situation, but apparently it's the same cat that I gave away a year ago, a year and a half ago. Which was kind of weird that she remembered my house and stuff and came back and ate. And she was ready to go around the house as if, a year and a half hasn't passed. Anyways, it was pretty weird. I don't know what's going on with that cat. I mean, I saw my neighbor talk to him maybe 3 or 4 months ago, and he's like, yeah, that little kitty cat that we adopted, she's still doing good, and she's always happy to see us and stuff. And you should put a QR code on a stray cat. Well, see, last night I kind of thought it was her, but it didn't make any sense since she's supposedly far away, but apparently my front neighbor took her back for some reason. Now he has a dog and 2 cats. Yeah, 'cause they adopted another cat that I got into fights with my cats. But yesterday they did not fight, so they kind of recognize her, but all the cats were confused. Anyways, I put a short on my YouTube channel. You see both cats laying down in opposite directions, just looking at the cat eating. And the cat's eating food as if, hey guys, how's it going? I haven't seen you in a while, but all is cool. So what good movies have you been watching? If any. I have not watched anything last night. I'm trying a lot of new games. I'm trying out Fortnite, and I'm also trying a car racing game. I wouldn't call it a lot of games, but I'm trying out some new stuff. I saw Beauty and the Beast 2017. It was magical. I loved it. Really? The live remake of the original Beauty and the Beast? I'm guessing those two movies, well, that movie and The Lion King pretty much came out at the same time, and they weren't bad. They were okay. It's all the remakes since The Little Mermaid and stuff that really got everybody upset. But I never really heard anything bad about Beauty and the Beast and or The Lion King remake. To be fair and honest, I never saw one Beauty and the Beast or another. I did see the original Lion King, and I did prefer it to the remake, but the remake wasn't bad. Not as bad as people make it out to be. I don't know who Emma Watson is. I think I'd have to Google. Let's do a Google. Who is Emma Watson? Oh, she played in Harry Potter. Okay. Well, I didn't really see much of the Harry Potters. I mean, I remember a long time ago there was a marathon on TV, a Harry Potter special, whenever a new movie came out. So they were showing like 3, 4, 5, or 6 of them back to back. But it was playing in the background. I wasn't paying. Harry Potter's was like for younger kids, I imagine. So I wasn't really paying attention to her performance and whatnot, but she did do a couple of movies and stuff. So I mean, if she would have been a bad actress, they would have replaced her by the second movie, unless she had a clause in her contract. But then you remove her for the third, fourth, and fifth. I don't know how many Harry Potter's movies they made, but I think it's around 9. So if she wasn't good of an actor, she would have been gone, long gone. So it might be, I don't know. It's just not, for me, it's a love story movie, and I mean, with all the crappy history I have with my relationships, I'm just not into love movies anymore. I don't believe in make believe. Disney lied to me. But yeah, and I mean, she's pretty to look at, I guess. Even a lot older now. I'm saying that because I'm hoping she's more than 18, because if she's a minor, then what I just said was really, really wrong. But you know what I mean. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I don't know if I would. Can I give you a deep, disturbing topic? Go right ahead. What is a disturbing topic? Does the increase in pawn change men to more docile and accepting of crappy world? Okay, well, I'm confused. Does the increase of pawn, what is pawn? Change men to more docile and accepting the crappy world. I don't know what you mean by the increase of pawn. Is that something I need to Google again? Let's Google it. Pawn. Okay, well, the pawn is okay. I can't use a real word because YouTube will block it. Does bigger boobies make men more docile and accepting of the crappy world? I don't know. How could I say it? For the longest time, SEX sells. So it used to be if you wanted to sell, beer, you would have cute girls in bikinis and the advertisement. So I guess in a way it does. I mean, if you give somebody eye candy, it triggers a response in the brain. Therefore, he is distracted and yeah. If he's distracted, then he's not paying attention to his whatever ails him or whatever ails the world. So I don't know if that would be called a disturbing topic. I think, for the past 50 years, if not more, that topic has been pretty much, a topic. So I would not say that, no, it's not disturbing the least bit. But to be fair, not necessarily the size of the thing, but yeah, it does kind of help. If you have a lot of cleavage, then yes, it is more distracting than less. But any cute girl will distract a man, if he's a man, into that kind of thing. Fifties, 50% said pawn, 45% said ports, and 5% said weed. Yeah, I agree with the people's perception. I kind of agree with that. But I think that 95% of them was on weed or on substances. It may or may not make any sense, but I think that that's where that was at. It may or may not be true. Contributed to the tepid resistance to the loss of freedom. Well, freedom has always been a concept. Something that people wanted to kind of obtain, but was never really obtainable, I think. I might be mistaken, but I think freedom has always been something, a goal worth working for towards, but never really achievable. Well, yes, for the longest time, it was. It was a way to distract us the same way that now they're using the environment and everything else to distract us from just robbing us blind, screwing us over, and yeah, not a good thing. I mean, politicians have always been trying to distract us from. Have you noticed how every time you ask them a question, they give you an answer to something else? They never answer the question asked. Well, I kind of agree and disagree. I mean, biologically, men seek, well, nowadays things are different. I would agree with that. But inherently, like 75% of men kind of have this biological thing where they need to seek out a female in order to procreate. So every time you flash something that triggers that biological programming, yes, it will distract them. Well, instantaneously, you would have a revolt, a revolution. People would get fed up of whatever's happening in the world and put things straight. So, although a lot of people are saying, oh, put a woman in charge and you won't have any more wars, and that is total and complete bullshit. Women do not want to be trash collectors. They do not want to be bricklayers. They don't want to be plumbers. They don't want to be construction personnel. They don't want to be electricians. They want a nice, cozy, comfortable office chair, power hungry thing. And ever since we gave them the right to get those things, and ever since they've been in power, the world has gotten worse. So I might be very controversial in saying this, but women should stay at home raising kids and leave men to do the men stuff. I know it's very bad. I mean, people that know me know that what I just said there makes no sense. It's like that did not come out of your mouth, that did not come out of my mind. But somehow, somewhere, things have gotten a lot worse. So, would going back fix the problem? Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, even putting boobies on a man will distract another man. So, it doesn't take much to distract men, really. But yeah, if you get rid of all that stuff, then yes. Things would definitely change. And I don't know. I mean, at some point, you do need something to disconnect. Because you work at whatever job you work at, you get home, you need your brain to disconnect and go on to other things. Otherwise, people just go mad. Especially when you're in a situation where you cannot change anything. Like, okay, it's easy to say a revolt or revolution, but that is, you know, not necessarily a good thing. It creates turmoil, and you don't want that. But otherwise, I mean, for many, many years, if you look at the 50s and 60s, the life, things were getting slowly better, change was coming slowly, but the working man got home and he could disconnect. And during the day, he was trying to work to make the world a better place for his children and the next generation, which this generation just wants to make things better right now for them. So, definitely, a distraction. It's like a hobby. Everybody needs a hobby to disconnect, whether you're just sitting on the couch watching a show. But lately, we have no good shows, and we're just bitching about everything. And people are disconnecting from YouTube. People are disconnecting from Netflix. People are disconnecting from the movies. People are slowly disconnecting from every form of relief they used to have. And they're having to face the harsh reality that the world is a really crappy place to be. So, I don't know. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's gonna be pretty much irrelevant soon. AI is destined to take over. No matter how much man wants to be immortal and creates clones and transfers his consciousness from one body to the next, AI will eventually take over. And mankind will be wiped out. Either mankind will wipe out mankind, or AI will wipe us out. So, I don't see how many more generations we're going to have as a human civilization. I mean, maybe everything is becoming crappy because we need to address what are we going to do with AI. We have to sit down, and a lot of people are against it. I kind of think that whatever is going to happen is going to happen anyways. Like if you give a certain amount of resources to an AI, and the AI's job is to distribute it where it needs to distribute the resources it's given. I don't know if everybody's going to have a fair share. Maybe some people that can multiply the resources, use it wisely, the AI will compensate and give all the resources to that one guy that can multiply the resources. I don't know. I'm not against AI. I mean, everybody thought that we were going to create robots to pick up the garbage, build the housing, and do the electricity, do all the hard work, bricklayers, and all this stuff, and go mining into caves, removing everything that's hard and dangerous to mankind so that mankind can have a better living. And it's turning out that the AI is going after the same kind of jobs as the women want. So, in the end, women are going to be facing down the AI. And I don't know how that's going to go. They both want the same jobs. They both think that they can make a better job of it than a man. So, I don't think AI is our biggest problem. Water and air. Well, yes, an asteroid may hit the Earth, in which case AI will survive. A few mankind will survive. We've survived it before. We can survive it again. I think that AI might have a better chance of surviving Because how could I say, if we're, you know, hit by an asteroid, forced to go back to living in caves, obviously mathematics is not going to be a priority. You know, finding fire, building fire will be our priority. Therefore, we are going to lose all the knowledge that we've obtained to go back to a simpler way of doing things, and the cycle might repeat itself again. Whereas AI can do all of that while retaining all the previous knowledge. So AI might actually be better equipped to survive an asteroid hit. I don't think water and air are an issue. Yes, if you live in the big cities, there's smog. I mean, we've had a lot of forest fires this year in Canada, and I can smell it in the air, the burnt wood and whatnot. But the air is still breathable. I still have water. We will always find, I mean, astronauts can drink their own urine. So if you can make water out of urine, then the most polluted of waters can still be salvaged into drinkable water. It's not ideal. It's not the best solution. But even if currently all the water on the planet was polluted beyond belief, and half the population died because they couldn't get water, there would still be water for the other half of the population. And heading down 3 generations, AI will have no issues because it doesn't need to breathe, it doesn't need to drink water. So, wow. You know, our biggest problem, I don't know. I don't know what our biggest problem is, other than the fact that I'm guessing I'm at that age where I'm accepting the fact that I won't live forever. So I get it, you know, that a 20-year-old that has his entire life in front of him doesn't want to think about death and doesn't want to think as the human race being extinct at one point. That's normal. I still think that that's going to happen one ways or another. Strangely enough, I see it coming within the next couple of hundreds of years and not the next couple of millennia. I don't know if it's because of my age, but I know that my better years are behind me than the ones in front of me. And I'm guessing like mankind is pretty much at the same point where man's greatest achievements are behind him, and now we're just going into whatever is going to happen. Actually, no. I mean, distractions, yes, maybe. But, I mean, procreation is the only way that we are going to survive anything. It's the way that we've been surviving throughout time, is that we are procreating crazy, at crazy rates. And no matter how many lions are thrown at us, we had more humans than lions. You know, so we kind of outbalanced nature at some point. But now, currently, mankind isn't procreating as much. Okay, China is still doing it. India is definitely still doing it, but the rest of the world isn't procreating like it used to. So we are in a downward spiral. We went from generations where we had 20, well, maybe not 20 kids, but every generation had 5 to 10 kids. And now we have a generation where we have like 0.02 kids per 10, couples. So definitely we're on the way down, and we are already on the way to extinction. Just given the nature of how things are today. I'm just checking stuff out. Thanks for the chat. I don't know, because, without saying specific words, I can't get into specific things, but I don't know. You're welcome for the chat. Likewise, I always appreciate talking to you, so hopefully I'll catch you later before The Hobbit. You have yourself a good movie.
Thank you.
Hey, Toothless, how's it going?
Hey. Oh well, I just wanted to jump in real quick before we go to bed and say hello and stuff like that. And so yeah, I found I found out today that we have in Germany we have 6 chairs for nuclear.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Uh, whether it is on Twitch, YouTube, come and talk to me in Discord. The links are in my profile. It's easy to find. And I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you again so much.